The president went on, I hear Jimmy Kimmel is next. Nope, no, absolutely not, Kimmel. I am the martyr, okay?
The setup was classic Donald Trump, delivered under the blazing arena lights in Ohio as sweat shimmered on his forehead and a roaring crowd hung on every word. Leaning over the podium with that familiar confidence, he once again rewrote his own legend in real time. They say I'm not smart, but I went to the Wharton School of Finance, and not only did I go, I was top of my class. I was number one. The professors came to me for advice. The crowd erupted in applause, feeding the moment, amplifying it, turning it into another chapter of the Trump mythology. But while the arena thundered, the internet did not. Hours later in New York City, inside the Ed Sullivan Theater, Stephen Colbert approached the story differently. When The Late Show went live that night, something felt off. There was no playful entrance, no joking with the audience. Colbert walked straight to his desk, sat down deliberately, and placed a heavy leather-bound book in front of him. "Welcome back, everybody," he began, his voice lower and more measured than usual. "The president was in Ohio yesterday and told us something amazing. He said he was the valedictorian of Wharton. He said he was number one." Then he paused, staring directly into the camera as a slow, deliberate grin spread across his face, not playful, not surprised, but the kind of look that suggested he had come prepared.
On Friday, Donald Trump posted, I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings. How dare you, sir? Would an untalented man be able to compose the following satirical witticism? Go f yourself.
Now, that's a bold claim. Because when you're number one, they usually carve your name into something. A plaque, a program, at the very least a memory that isn't blurry around the edges. Colbert rested his palm on the heavy, leather-bound book like a prosecutor about to introduce Exhibit A, and said slowly, "So we called the University of Pennsylvania Archives." He let the sentence breathe. And guess what? They have records. A ripple moved through the crowd, then silence. The playful late-night atmosphere had evaporated. This felt less like a monologue and more like a cross-examination. He opened the book deliberately, the spine creaking under the studio lights. "Let's begin at the top. Summa cum laude, highest honors." His finger traced down the column of names. No Trump. He turned the page. Magna cum laude, high honors. A pause. Still no. Another page. Cum laude, honors. 56 students. He scanned slowly. Thompson, Turner, Thompson again. A surprising number of Steves. But no Trump. The audience began to murmur. "Ah!" Colbert looked up, eyebrows raised. "You'd think number one would at least make top 56. Laughter cracked the tension, but he wasn't finished. But maybe he meant number one in spirit. Number one in confidence. Number one in hair volume. More laughter. Which is why we kept digging. From the back of the book, he pulled a thin, yellowed sheet. The kind that looks like it survived several administrations, and held it between two fingers. "This is the official class ranking." The camera leaned in. Out of 366 students, Donald J. Trump ranked. He stopped. 4 seconds. 5. Silence stretched thin. Number 364. The eruption was instant, laughter, gasps, applause colliding into one roaring wave. Colbert raised his hands to calm it. 364. That means 363 people were ahead of him. 2 were behind. And statistically, one of those might have been absent that day. The audience howled. He leaned back toward the page. Oh, wait. There's a faculty comment. The room quieted again. From his economics professor. He squinted theatrically. Donald sits in the front row not to engage in discussion, but because he believes the lighting is more favorable to his hair. The laughter turned volcanic. Colbert closed the book slowly, then snapped it shut with a thud that echoed across the studio. Mr. Trump, he said, locking eyes with the camera, tone sharpening, you weren't at the top of your class. You weren't even near the top of the bottom. You were the academic equivalent of a participation trophy. He let it land. You didn't graduate, number 1. You graduated, technically. The crowd roared again as he slid the book aside like it had finished testifying. Class dismissed. Within hours, the clip was everywhere, shared, stitched, memmed. Supporters dismissed it. Critics savored it. Commentators debated it. But the image stuck, a boast of brilliance undone by a dusty archive and a page number. It wasn't just a joke. It was timing, theater, and paperwork. A rally claim polished for applause had collided with ink that didn't blink, and in the echo of studio laughter lingered a quieter truth. Sometimes the sharpest rebuttal isn't outrage, but a finger running slowly down a list of names and not finding yours.